Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces December 29, 2022. With some reflection, you could better understand where you're heading today. Emphasizing the non-material elements of a project can be a good idea now as Venus and Neptune harmonize. There can be a sense of peace with the past or drawing from your inner wisdom and experience, which can be positively applied to business or relationships. You may want to make nice with others, particularly parents, bosses, or associates. It's an excellent time to relax, let go, and move on with less baggage and stress. Breaking free from the past in some manner is made a little more comfortable today. Money sense is good, but not necessarily for facts and figures at the moment. This is more about sensing and intuiting the right moves. This is also a time when someone could be speaking highly of you. Mighty Saturn, the planet of karma, life lessons, and stamina, has been spinning back and forth through your solar house of friendships, communities, and groups since 2020. This trend continues until March of 2023. Presently, he is operating at full strength because he is in direct motion. This can affect your personal and romantic life in a few different ways. First, you may notice that it's harder to meet friends or, if single, date online. This is teaching you what you value most in your true connections, so be conscious of this and proceed. Yet, the more energy you invest into meeting others, the more Saturn will reward you. Embrace your inner introvert. Since the moon will enter Pisces today, you may feel more introspective than usual. This might take you a little out of the social scene at work, which is not usually like you since you like being in the middle of whatever is going on. But the lunation is quiet and sensitive, implying that you may feel more subdued instead of being your typical boisterous self. Use this lunar energy to reflect on what you can do to feel more self-assured at work. It could be an incredibly productive lunation for self-reflection. It was Venus-friendly aspect to the North Node and Uranus in your income sector last week that is making the planet of money's last full week in your career sector a lot more effective. This comes just as Venus is catching up with Mercury and Pluto, the two planets that will keep the professional momentum going after she leaves and who already have the same sense of where the money is. We are born to hope and dream. In order to encourage these beautiful qualities, we are charged with nurturing our bodies and listening to ourselves. A regular exercise regimen gives you the presence of mind to figure out your next step in life. The amount and quality of rest you give yourself is directly proportionate to your ability to know and get what you want. When you take these issues seriously, you are living to the best of your abilities. You may find that you are called to do something for someone else, rather than for yourself today. This is likely to happen, as part of Essence focuses on forming mutually beneficial relationships. It may be that you tend to be more on the receiving end of things than on the giving. But lending a hand to someone when they ask for it can turn this around. Even if they don't formally request your assistance, if you know what actions to take to help, consider doing it without being asked or expecting compensation. The lead up to the moon's return to Aries is an important point in any month for having your antennas up while keeping an open mind. This is even more important this time, with the moon not only returning for its last visit to your sign for the year tomorrow but for the first time since Jupiter's return last week opened the doors to a whole new sense of what's possible. Once here, the moon will remain in Aries for the rest of the year, ensuring that by the time you move into 2023 your instincts are sharp from the start. With Christmas and much of 2022 now in the rear view mirror, attention is turning to the new year, now just around the corner. It is just on the other side of the divide between one year and the next that Venus will break free from the planets populating a busy part of the sky, with the planet of love returning to a social and serendipitous part of your chart early next week. Our eyes in the sky. You have a lot to do before 2023 starts, so make sure all your devices are charged up when the moon enters your technology zone on Tuesday. You don't want to miss a hot invite or juicy gossip because your phone is dead. Use this 3-in-1 charging station so you don't waste energy on multiple outlets. However, The end of the year could have you feeling stuck in a rut when Mercury goes retrograde in your expansion zone on Thursday. When travel plans get cancelled and you're stuck at home, use this side quest deck to help you get moving on new adventures. Spend the last day of 2022 doing some self-care when the moon enters your sign on Saturday. You want to say goodbye to this year looking stunning. Put on this vitamin C serum to start your year on a glowing note. We might encounter frustrations around being misunderstood, so try not to rush through explaining yourself if you feel the need to clarify a situation. If you can manage it, take the time to meditate before beginning your day, to help you find your center and reconnect to your breath. Unfortunately, things will get a bit heavier this afternoon as the Pisces moon squares Mars retrograde. There could be major issues around communication in relationships in both seen and unseen ways. Watch out for gaslighting behaviors, and don't let anyone talk you out of what you're feeling. If you aren't able to find a resolution with your partner, postpone important conversations until tomorrow. This tricky cosmic climate won't necessarily come across in sinister ways, but it would be wise to proceed with caution concerning people or situations that seem too good to be true. The evening brings a lot of emotional uncertainty with it, so if you feel like unplugging for a bit, that's totally acceptable. The energy here is messy and could lead to us getting caught up in social media, so take a step back if you feel yourself spiraling in those realms. In the morning, the Pisces moon sextiles the Capricorn sun, offering a pleasant start to our day. Here, intuition and logic play nicely together, and imagination steers our choices. Yet, ultimately, rationality has the final say, providing a series of checks and balances to keep us from following a mirage. With our feet on the ground but our heads in the clouds, we can use this time to manifest creative ambitions. This is an ideal aspect for harmonious socializing and relationship building. Following this, Juno, the asteroid of fidelity, aligns with Neptune in Pisces, inspiring us to idealize our commitments. We devote ourselves to the ones we love, extending extra compassion to our partners, seeing the good and ignoring their human shortcomings. This transit can provide a healing influence, allowing petty differences to be forgotten. If maintaining relationships has felt like a chore lately, this aspect will stop us from going through the motions. We'll remember what we saw in others at the union's inception. However, Juno-Neptune can also cause legitimate grievances to be forgotten, driving us to ignore problems that require serious work to overcome. Be sure not to place your partner so high on a pedestal that you cannot see the situation for what it is. If we are single, this can be a time of committing to another without much forethought, convinced that magic has brought you together, that your meeting was fated. This may be true, but fate often has a way of playing tricks. The nature of the commitment you make to each other may contain hidden clauses that will have to be negotiated for this union to be successful.